What's up everybody, my name's Danell. You can call me DJ. Today we are doing another scene recreation. Last video was an original sketch written by Morlen. We've seen 2 videos with him, and today we're gonna see a 3rd one. We might have seen more, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Today we're gonna see another one. This scene is from the TV show called M.A.S.H. Now yes, it's an old show, but somehow it is still perfectly relevant in today's time, today's day and age, and I feel like that's saying a lot, and it's a little frustrating, but that's not what I want to talk about. I don't want to be preachy today. I'll be preachy every other day of my life. But today, I just want to show you the scene recreation I thought was beautiful, because it's a show it's meant to be funny. It's meant to be a little more lighthearted, and it's a very intense scene, super emotional, and it was wonderful. I saw it and I was like, man, that would be a really great acting exercise. So I decided to transcribe it and recreate it. I had my friend Davian help me. We used his camera this time. We didn't use this camera, but this was a while ago. I shot it a while ago, and you know, this was before all of my stuff got stolen and all that stuff, and I said stuff twice in the same sentence. Cool. It was a lot of fun shooting it. It's always interesting directing yourself, you know, especially in an emotional scene. I had never done anything like that before, and this was the first time I did, and it was tough. Editing it was really fun too. I cut everything and I did all the color correcting. I'm really proud of it, really happy with the acting, really proud of Riley and his acting. At that point, we weren't even living together, and he came and helped me out, and I'm gonna stop talking because I'm really excited to show you this scene. Check it out.
Can we take a break, Cindy?
Good idea.
I don't think you're gonna find any big clue in what happened that night. Unless you want another spellbinding account on how I shaved. Look, if it's craziness you're looking for, why limit it to that one day? There's craziness all over this place. It comes with the territory.
Nah, I don't think that's it. I mean, listen to the way you're talking. You don't have any problem voicing your feelings. You never do when it comes to the war.
So then what is it?
I don't know. But think of it as a landmine that's been in your head for a long time. Something happened that triggered it, but we won't know what it is until we know what made you set it. What happened in your childhood?
My childhood? Come on, Sydney, you could do better than that.
Be good to me. It's the first thing they taught us in psychiatry school.
Well, I was very young at the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, my childhood. Yeah, right. I grew up in Crabapple Cove, Maine. A lobster in every pot, and 2 Methodists in every garage. Up the road we had a swimming hole. Every year we had a white Christmas that started at Halloween.
It sounds like Norman Rockwell would be bored.
Oh, we had a tidal wave of Americana.
Yeah, you're lucky. The swimming hole we had was a fire hydrant on 78th Street.
Oh, we had the real thing. Ours came totally furnished with reeds and frogs and the mandatory tire swing.
Did you go there often?
Oh, sure. I wouldn't let a good pond go to waste. My cousin Billy and I would go there and fish and swim. In the springtime, we would go wading up to our knees looking for pollywogs. My mother would be furious and would come home soaking wet.
And what was your cousin Billy like?
Oh, he was the best. I loved him. He was the older brother I never had. When I was 6, I thought he was a grown-up. He was 12.
Oh, he was important to you.
Well, everybody loved Billy, even the grown-ups. He was the yo-yo champ of the district. He used to steal his father's police gazettes. We'd read them in the dark in the garage, which explains why I don't know anything about sex. Yeah, Billy, what a guy. Then, when I was older, I started working at Ballinger's drugstore, delivered prescriptions on my bike.
Was there anything wrong with that job?
Well, I wasn't too crazy about old man Ballinger, but I made a lot in tips, made enough to buy a saving fund.
Were you ever mad at Billy?
No, I told you I loved him.
What's with the fist?
Nothing. I mean, Come on, what are you kidding? When I was 7, Billy saved my life.
Did he now? How?
When I was 7 years old, we went out to a pond, to that pond. We went fishing in the middle of the pond, and we borrowed a rowboat. And I fell out of the boat, and I caught a lungful of water, and I panicked, and I sank to the bottom. And Billy pulled me out. Saved my... I almost drowned.
Well, you must have been terrified.
I was. I blacked out. I smelled like a wet burlap sack.
Oh, thank God for Billy.
Oh, I'd be dead if Billy hadn't helped me into the water.
He helped you into the water?
No, he helped me out of the water. He helped me into the boat. What's the difference? Either way, what's the difference?
No, it's important. You keep referencing water. First you mention a tidal wave, then you mention a swimming hole, and waking up in a cold sweat.
Yeah?
So what do you think it means when you say Billy helped you into the water?
Nothing. I didn't mean anything. Billy didn't help me into the water.
Well, how did you get into the water?
I put my fishing rod down in the blue seat in the middle of the boat. And I stood up to get more bait. And then I went into the water, and then I remember there was laughing right before I went in. And then I didn't hear anything. And I couldn't hear anything, I couldn't see anything. And I tried to scream, and nothing came out. And then out of nowhere, this hand came and grabbed me by the collar and yanked me out.
But how did you get into the water?
I stood up. And he was kidding around. And he pushed me. He pushed me. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? I loved him. I loved him. And I hated him. When I got back on the boat, he said to me, he said, "You're so clumsy. You'd be dead if it wasn't for me." And I thanked him, and I hated him so much for that. But all I could do was thank him.
And why couldn't you say you hated him?
I couldn't say it.
Why?
I couldn't even think it. I loved him.
So you altered the event. He never pushed you in, he only pulled you out. And with that little bit of reality tucked away, so was your conflict.
Until the day before yesterday.
Uh-huh.
So what brought it back?
What brought it back? Maybe Private Caputo? He came back frightened, smelling of mold. Like you said, like a wet
burlap sack.
Like a wet burlap sack. An odor can be the most powerful memory trigger.
You know, it's funny. Here we are in the middle of all this shooting, and I get laid out, but something that happened to me in a pond when I was 7.
I'm sure. It's the small battlefields. It's the ponds. The bedrooms. The schoolyards. That leave the worst scars.
Hey, Sydney. You hear what I hear?
What?
Nothing. I'm not sneezing anymore.
Sounds nice.
So yeah, that was the scene. I hope you liked it. All right. Yeah. Whatever. Nos vemos. Bye.